nice to meet you to this new show. Yeah, on the bench, NAD, what's the number? CD Compact Disc Multiplayer 523. Interesting. I switch it on, and what's happened? We do open. What I found out in my first case, if I put a CD in, is that the initialization doesn't work. So we close the door. And no sound. Normally, I remember it must going like this. So what is it now? Disc 1 and play. Nothing. And we can show what is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next. Next 2 is on 2. Okay, 3. Is that not normal that this thing must be moved in a circle or so? Now we would like to open this machine and have a watch what's under the hood. It's strange. It's hard to open. Very small screws, very small. Now I open it on the back side, and here you open this here, and then here it's open. Switch it to the what that for a sound? What's inside? Maybe the CD is falling out of the form, of this tray form, the rotary switcher, and I think so. It's falling out. What can we do? So what can we do now? We have a watch. What's the operation? And that seems to be, I switch it on and open the magazine and put the CD in, and now and what? Nothing. What is this here? Could that be that is a... this is for the CD. Go in and... Normally it should be rotate. Oh no, not rotating. Amplifiers are not hot. What happened? Interest. That should be, normally should be, I hope so I don't destroy it. Now it's rotating, but not yet. Okay, I must open this thing. Well, I put this away. This is the front end, the long one front end, and I think so. I go into the machine. I must analyze why this is not rotating. Look, if you're pressing that, now it is working. Not really. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. Okay. How I can put this out? I see here one thing. This is a holder. Oops. It's a bracket or stuff like this. Must be go in, and then I put it out. Is it on both sides? No. Where is this gone? I cannot see it. I also must put out this. And is there a Schnappi in the way? This looks like a Schnappi. So where it is? Where it is? Here it's open and here it's not open. I think I must have a watch inside this here. It's not so easy to understand. Where it is? It's crazy. Cannot find it. Where it is? Now I disconnect it from the main supply, and maybe if on the other side can open this. No, we cannot open this. There's a small motor. Where it is? It's maybe here or here. Yeah, it's here. It's here. It's here, and I think so here under this. How is that? Here and here. It jumps back in the position, but I cannot go in this. This is very complicated to make. It's here and here. Now it's out. And what I can do on this side, can I do this also out? I don't know where it is exactly. It's not here, not here. I must think about. I de-install the front. It's here, and look, it's here, and I cannot open the tray, but I lift this up. It was only connected here. Look, lift this up. It was easy. You don't must de-install this bracket or stuff like this. And then you see here on this inside there are interrupted markers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. And if the motor rotates this comes through this optocoupler and counts 1, 2, 3, 4. So they know, the processor know where is the position of this wheel. Correct? But the thingy don't want to rotate this. It's interesting why. Because there is the motor is, maybe the motor is I think I installed the bracket again. That's a simple, and I build it together, because it's not a must to have this to open all these things. Where is this connected? Aha, here. There is the motor connection. I put it here, and we must okay, and now open it. That worked. Skip to the next. Oh, don't work. Motor is cold. No, don't move. Interest, the motor don't move. Maybe the motor don't get a power supply. Or is it possible that we take the transformer from here and sponsor it to the other NAD drive? Is that better? I must talk about what we shall repair. And for this reason we must also measure the voltage on the motor, because it goes in. We must measure the voltage. I hope so you can see this here. This is not so easy to do. Volt. So yeah, it could be that you can see this. And now we must red and blue. Red and blue. So the only thing that I have, I must change my glasses because I cannot see anymore. Red and blue could be here. Red and blue. This is the measurement possibility. And now we make a short. I would like to press now the next button. Ah, 3.5 volts and no movement. Next. 3.5 volts, no movement. That means the motor is a 3.5 volt motor. Or could that be? Now it's 0. Interest. If I press to the next, then it moves a time. And now 3.5 volts, and now has nothing. Is it possible 3.5 volts for a motor? Normally is a motor 6 volts, or maybe this motor is not so good, or it's under the wrong, maybe the amplifier is not so strong. That could be. Someone of the guys who told me this is a carousel player, and I think it's okay. I like it. It's a modern thing. But now I would like to build out the motor in case of I think it's not so cool what this motor is gonna done. Sometimes it's stopped, and that means it's internal. I think it's internal. Oh, look at this. With one shot I got this out. I hope so. I can do this on the other side now. It's a little bit complicated, and in case of this plasticky thing here around, and yes, I must take that out, and then we have a watch on the. Okay, that looks not so bad. In case of that I can take it out. Oh no, I cannot take it out. This side is okay, but that side will be. My fingers. Look, I would like to open it, and maybe the thing takes I have here a power supply, and now 3.5 volts. It's running, but the force is low. Force is low. Maybe the machine stands too long. I think it stands too long and was in the stop position, and the motor, the oil in the motor is maybe dry out, or it needs a 20 milliampere, not more. If I would to stop it, it takes a 200 sometimes. I think it should be overload. But what is this motor? EF130S. This is FF130S. I think it's from the old oil. Old oil. Oh, now it's running. Okay, we have this tested. Also, I must clean here this. Please, if you do this, don't. These splitters are not good for the machine. This is horrible. Here is also one small thing. This is not good for machines like this. Motor is now running, and I think it's good enough. What I'm gonna do now is I put the motor back in this element, in this segment, and where's my microphone? It's funny. Here's the microphone, and then I put it back to the thingy here. Plus is here and minus is here, and that's correct. Minus and minus is here. Plus is blue and red is minus. No, not happened. And then we what I found out is that for this part, for this wheel, I got the double 6 millimeter. And look, it seems to be perfect. I cut it here and on the other side, and then we are ready to go. I hope so. This is ready to go. Cut it with the cutter knife, and must have a watch. Little bit, wait a little bit. That was a good idea with the devil, but look, the problem is to insert this because the screw is here, and I have the new idea to taking a brass, 6 millimeter brass, and look at this, it's exact on it. Yeah, and to cut this and insert this as a centric moment for the screw. Now we must open up this. I mark this here, and I would like to cut it, but on the right side, not on the left side. I would like to cut it on the right side, and it should be fall apart from this brass stick and from this brass tube. It's a tube, and searching the saw. What went wrong here? All the things I went wrong today, but I don't know why. We must make a cut here. Small cut. It's my general interest to cutting brass tubes. How can that be? And now we have the new metal thing here, this thingy, and I put it here. This is the what went wrong? Something here or here? This is interesting. What I'm gonna do now is I install the mechanismus of here. Have a watch. I cannot come in. The reason is why? Because the reason is, hey, come on, it cannot be. What should it be? I must open the whole thing and install it. Yeah, you cannot do that out if it's open. I must deinstall all this again. Yeah, super. This is nice. So I would like to see that the motor is spinning. I hope so. Now I disassembled the front end, and now I put this in here. If it doesn't work, I don't know why it doesn't work. Maybe the amplifier for the amplifier is defect from the motor. Don't deliver much current and so on. I think so. This is so. Clack, clack. And I install it again. Well, now we're doing the test. Test, test, test. Put in one CD here and say number 1. And what's happened? And play. Nothing. That means the motor will spin, but the carousel don't want to spin. Say it 1 and play. Nothing. And interest. Maybe that must be dark or so. No. I made this video again in case of if I'm pressing 1 or interest, huh? If I say 1 play, move it back? No. Don't move back. Today we would like to measure the power supply and the rectifier, and I installed here the measurement head, the probe, and it's interesting. We have here 9 volt plus. I hope so you can see this. Super. It's in the way. We have here at the carousel rotator, we have here 8.6 volts. This is the SV voltage from the carousel. But we have also here a distortion on the power supply, and I hope so, or I don't know what is the meaning of this distortion, and it's, for your eyes, 500 millivolts by 10. It's a little bit distorted, but I don't know why. But in the middle, in between, there are little spikes. I don't. Is this oscilloscope or is it not? This is the question. Here on the right side you can see the rectifier. These are the 4 diodes. You can see it here, and I'm with the clip on one, and I would like to doing the measurement on the other side. We have here the same signal with the 50 Hertz or 100 Hertz, and we have also spikes on it. It's a thing. And the other, here we have the H-bridge from the carousel motor. This is the H-bridge, and here we have, on this resistor we have 8.6 volts, or so 8.6 we remember, and I hope so we can see that here, 8.6 volts. And the reason is that we I don't understand why only 3.3 volts coming out of this amp H-bridge. Should be controlled the motor here. And now I have a watch in the plan. I print the plan, only a part of it, but here we can see the rectifier diodes. Is upper is plus and down is minus, and that what I signed in this line is going through here and here and here and here and here to the and here. This is the 2.2 ohm resistor. 8.6 volt is here. Here is 9 volts and here is 8.6. You see the quality of the connection from the wire is lousy. And here is the IC, the H-bridge IC. Here we have the motor. It's from pin 1 and 2. Okay, pin 1 and 2 we must measure, and I hope so can catch it. Pin 1 and 2. But where is pin 1 and where is pin 2? Maybe this is 1 and 2. No. 1 and 2, minus 4.7. No. Cannot be. Here it is. And if I press next, 3.5 volt. No rotation. How that can be 3.5 volt? 8.6 volt and 3.5 volt. Where is the rest? Now it moves to the other direction. Look. First it will minus 3.5 volt, and then it's now plus 3.5 volt. I think this is not correct. The motor don't move, and it should be have 8 volts. I mean 9 volts, and this motor don't move. Next step is that I would like to change these two capacitors, these two Elcos with the 2200 and 4700. Because I think 2.5 volt is 1 volt ripple, half volt multiplied by 2 plus and minus, it's a 1 volt ripple. Maybe this disturbed this IC. This is my first idea what I'm changing. First of all, I disassemble this and take that out, that board. Where is my there's my cup of coffee from made in England. I think this is a good idea, but I disconnect this first, and we must have a watch what's under this board. Maybe they have also solder joint, wrong solder joints or stuff like this. Turning with the left, I like it very much. I don't understand why they building different capacitors in. Maybe this is a sportive from them. And also disconnect this. And this is the audio board. And this. We must build in new Elcos, because I think this machine is from 1996, and if it's a little bit older, so the Elcos maybe are not so good in the quality. Okay, I got out this board. Now we must remove it. First I removed the fat one and then the small one, but the first thing is that we must know where is the plus and where is the minus. Okay, the minus is watching to me. Look, minus. It's looking here. Next step, I need my soldering iron. Click that to on. And the spongy. Oh, the spongy is dry. I must go and bring the water. Next step, I would like to build out the Elcos. It's quite interesting. They are glued. I'm not so happy about this gluing, but okay. This is a normal situation. Here we are. 85 degrees Celsius they built in. This is in the 90s the electrolytic capacitors were very expensive. Also in the 80s were very expensive for the industry. They built in not 105 degrees. This is our from Chang X 105 degrees. They can build it now cheaper, and those are a lot of dirt here. What shall I do? I mean, this is hey, come on. What's happened with this? It's a hole is not open. Why is the hole not open? I have a good idea and a bad idea. This brings me to nothing. I'm not a friend of these cheap Elcos, but for the next 10 years it will be hold. Should hold. Normal, we can clean up this, but it's not necessary because there are no running out, and I'll come out. Cannot open the hole. Here's the next. It have also 85 degrees Celsius, and we must desolder it a little bit with this. Oh, the hole is open, and here we are. Second hole is open, and we build in this Elco electrolytic capacitor. We hope so that brings that we don't have so much distortion on the power supply of the 9 volts. Interest wise, they have the negative volt have with 2200 microfarads, and the positive volt side they have with 4700 microfarads capacitor. I don't know why they're doing different. Maybe in case of cost, if you're producing 10,000 of these machines, then it's necessary to build in cheap. This is important for the industry. Here we are. Only thing is that we must build in now this, and you see the CD player is a big machine. I mean, I don't understand why this is only 3.5 volt. Maybe it's defect. Maybe we must change it, and so I must build out the board again. But what shares? It is so. Putting back the soldering iron and installing this again. Yes. Camera. In my next step, I would like to install that again on the position where it comes from, and we bring the screws back in case of the correct position of the connectors, and all must be correct back. It's for me important because so you can see that I'm closing the connector between the back plane and or the back side and the thing here. These are the digital output. I mean, it's interesting. It's not a remote control, or is it a remote control? There is one in and one out. What happened with this in and out? I don't know. And put these back. Maybe there are contacts on the contacts that making the grounding or stuff like this, and we must close that all. And next step is that we make a test. I don't think so that brings enough. I think the IC is defect, and we must change this IC, this driver IC, this H bridge. But what shall I say? It's every time on this problem. Drivers are all problem in long. Each driver is dying if the dimension is wrong, or somebody holds the load or the carousel. They hold them, and then it was not good. We push them back. 2 hands, so better. And now this. If this is working, I cannot believe, but okay, we started. Yeah, no. Oh, hello. It's the same. It's the same. And I think so. It's the same distortion on the thing here. Yes, it's the same, and also these needles. Yeah, but we have now new Elcos inside. This is okay. Let's have a look on the oscillograph. It's near the same signal, but it's a little bit flatter. it's not 5 high. It's not 1 one square high, it's only a half square. Haha. That brings a little bit, but nothing that what I want. And now we show this on this side with the measurement instruments, and pin 1 and 2 we can remember. And if I press here next, 11 volts, 10 volts. Sometimes it's much higher, but not 12 volts. This is super during the switching, huh? I think this is the effect. In case of that, we cannot remember it. Interesting. I deinstall it again and open up the print. I would like to change the amplifier, and interest-wise, I got one, but this is here. It's a used one. I hope so it works. Maybe it has the same defect than the other ones. Because in case of the defect board, I show you this IC. I changed one time, but I think it's too slow. They are coming out 3.5 volts, and this is too low for this motor. The motor cannot spin up the. I'll take my new one, desoldering iron, and we have a watch on it how we can pull out this IC with this special tool. Normally you press here and release here, and so the solder joint iron is hot, and we put it here, you can see it, and zack. That's cool. It's a cool instrument. It's hot, but I mean the functionality is super. Not bad. It's without a motor, but you can desolder your solder joints. After changing the IC, I would like to make a test. Put that number 1 and it spins. Hey, come on, it's working. That's so cool. Oh, that was so hard to change 3 times the IC and the motor 2 times. There's a lot of troubles what happened here. I'm putting the audio on, and I hope so there is it's a channel on it, or no? Hope so. Click, and where's the audio? Yeah, it is the audio here. Super, huh? I swear I hit my nerves away. That was impossible to have this. So okay, I'll skip to the next track. And it works. The CD player is good. It's super. Oh, and I'm saving the next NAD Multi Compact Disc Player 523. I'm saving from the waste in the world. That's super, huh? But what I think is that, I mean, the resistor number R193, it's with 6.2 kilo ohms. But if the load is inside, is that not too high? Definite? Is that not too high? I mean, the motor only goes with a 3.5 volts. This is too low in my eyes. It can work, but it must not work. If a lot of dirt and dust is inside, then we have the problem that I mean, this is a concept. I can understand why they don't drive the motor not with a 5 or with 6 volts and pulsing it also, because now it was dirt inside and I don't know what. I don't understand. Look at this. Beautiful. Now it's turning. Crazy. I leave the body open that you can see. It's very interesting. You have also, if you open it, then the sea spins in the background. Yeah, you can see. That means you can load different CDs after you are playing this number 1, 2 till 5. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I'll fix the issue. Yes, and well, I fixed the issue of the NAD 523 multiplayer with 5 discs, and yeah, that was an experiment. I'm changing the electrolytic capacitors, I'm changing the motor IC, I'm changing the motor, and last but not least, I must repair the center spin of the carousel. But now it works. I hope so. I don't get it back, and the people who would like to use this in future are afraid about my mechanic. For their interest to watching my channel, please subscribe and or sponsor me at Patreon. And what shall I say to this CD player experiment? Thank you for watching.